Hi friends, now Rule 4 of GDS Contact and Engagement Rule 2020. Rule 4 states about engaging authority. Who is engaging authority? Engaging authority in respect of each category of Sevak shall be shown in the schedule annexed to these rules. A schedule is annexed to these rules at the bottom, the last of these pages, where who may be the appointing authority, who may be the disciplinary authority and appellate authority for each category of dog sevaks are there. We can see that in later videos. If any doubt arises as to who is the appropriate authority in any case, a matter shall be referred to Director General of Courts, whose decision thereon shall be final. Notwithstanding anything contained in these rules, any authority superior to engaging authority, as shown in the schedule, at any time, either on its own motion or otherwise call for the records relating to the engagement of Gramin Dak Sevak made by engaging authority, and if such engaging authority appears to have exercised a jurisdiction not vested in it by any law or rules time being imposed, or to have failed to exercise a jurisdiction so vested, or to have acted in exercise of its jurisdiction illegally or with material irregularity, such a superior authority may, after giving an opportunity of being heard, make such orders as it thinks fit, directing the engaging authority to act under Rule 8 of GDS Conduct and Engagement Rules, or to have initiated action to remove from engagement after following the procedure laid down under Rule 10 of the rules, including of order for cancellation or rectification of the engagement process. Now, Rule 5 of GDS Conduct and Engagement Rules describe power of engaging authority. What is the power of engaging authority? The power of engaging authority in the matter of awarding penalty, any penalty specified in Rule 9, may be exercised by an authority which has been shown in the schedule. The same schedule I told already. It will be shown in following videos. To these rules are by any other authority empowered in this behalf by a special order of the head of the circle or head of the region under circumstances to be recorded in writing, provided that in no case the authority so appointed shall be lower in rank than the authority who originally engaged in Gramin Dak Sevak. Then pension for GDS, then GDS gratuity, severance amount. What about pension for GDS? Gramin Dak Sevak shall not be entitled to any pension. What about GDS gratuity? They shall be entitled to GDS gratuity and severance amount or STBS, Service Discharge Benefit Scheme, as may be decided by government from time to time. They are not eligible for pension, but they are eligible for GDS gratuity and severance amount or STBS, Service Discharge Benefit Scheme, as determined by government from time to time. What about leave for JD Dog Sevaks? It is mentioned in Rule 7. Rule 7 mentions about leave. Gramin Dak Sevaks may be granted paid leave at a rate of 20 days in a year, 10 days for every half year, without accumulation, or may be determined by government from time to time, provided that when a Gramin Dak Sevak fails to resume duty on the expiry of maximum period of leave admissible and granted to him or her, or when such a Sevak who is granted leave for a period less than the maximum period admissible to him or her under these rules remains absent from duty for any period which, together with the leave granted, exceeds the limit up to which he or she could have been granted such leave, he or she shall, unless the government, in the view of exceptional circumstances of case, otherwise decides, be removed from engagement after following the procedures laid down in Rule 10. That is, if they were absent unauthorizedly or granted leave but overstayed from leave beyond a certain period, beyond the leave period granted, then they may face the disciplinary action under Rule 10, and may also it may also lead to removal from service. Then Rule 7A tells about emergency leave. Emergency leave for Gramin Dak Sevak is 5 days per calendar year, and it may be prescribed by government from time to time. Rule 7B tells about maternity leave for female GDS. Female GDS with less than 2 surviving children may be granted maternity leave by an authority competent to grant leave for a period of 180 days from the date of its commencement as per instruction issued by department from time to time. Then termination of engagement. Rule 8. Rule 8 describes about termination of engagement. The engagement of a Sevak who has not already rendered more than 3 years continuous engagement from the date of his or her engagement shall be liable to be terminated at any time by a notice in writing giving either by the Sevak to the engaging authority or by the engaging authority or any authority to which the engaging authority is subordinate or any other authority empowered in that behalf by the government by general or special orders to the Sevak. The period of such notice shall be 1 month. Okay. If government of Sevak get engaged, but they didn't completed 3 years of continuous service from the date of engagement, they may be removed from terminated from engagement. That is here no service. The term service cannot be used. Instead, the term engagement was used. That is, they may be removed from terminated from engagement with a prior notice of 1 month. That is, the notice period is 1 month. If in certain case, provided that if engagement of any such Sevak may be terminated forthwith, that is forthwith immediately, under such termination, the Sevak shall be entitled to claim a sum equal to the amount of basic time related continuous allowance TRCA plus DNS allowance as admissible for the period of notice at the same rate at which he or she was drawing them immediately before the termination of his or her engagement, or as the case may be for the period by which notice falls short of 1 month. If a GDS have to terminate it immediately without serving a 1 month prior notice, then then the GDS must be paid with a TRCA plus DA applicable to him immediately before the termination for a period of maximum period of 1 month, or till which the notice falls short of 1 month. Okay. If they were provided notice is provided only 15 days, then the TSCA plus DA applicable for that 15 days must be provided to Gramin Dak Sevak. When the intended effect of such termination has to be immediate, it should be mentioned that 1 month time-related continuous allowance plus DNS allowance as admissible is being remitted to Sevak in lieu of notice of 1 month through money order. When engagement of GDS is terminated under this rule, he or she shall not be eligible for GDS gratuity and severance amount, etc. That is what they are telling us. If GDS wanted to be terminated immediately, then it must be mentioned 1 month's time related TRCA plus DNS allowance is as admissible is remitted through money order to concerned GDS. The next point is when GDS is when the GDS get terminated in this scenario, then he or she may not be entitled to receive GDS gratuity and severance. Then what is Rule 9 of GDS Conduct and Engagement Rules 2020 mention about nature of penalties. Penalties are of two types: minor penalty and major penalty. Let us see them detail. What are the minor penalties under Rule 9? Censure, debarring of a Sevak from appearing in the recruitment examination for the post of MTS, under postman, under mail guard, and are being considered for the recruitment of postal assistant or sorting assistant for a period not exceeding 3 years. Then debarring a Sevak from being considering for recruitment to multitasking staff on the basis of seniority, that is selection from seniority, for a period of not exceeding 3 years. Then recovery from TSCA of the whole or a part of pecuniary loss to caused to the government by negligence or breach of orders. Then withholding of annual increase in TSCA without cumulative effort for a period not exceeding 3 years. These are minor penalties. In all minor penalties, the period must be within 3 years, that not exceeding 3 years. TSCA increment can be increase in TSCA can be withheld, but which must not be with cumulative effect. Then when he lost due to government due to breach of condition or negligence, it may be recovered as a whole or part from a TSCA. Then Dak Sevak may be debarred from promotion to MTS for a period not exceeding 3 years. Then he may be debarred from departmental promotion exam for exam 2 postman PA, SA, postman, MTS for a period not exceeding 3 years. These are minor penalties. Then what are major penalties? Major penalties are reduction to a lowest stage in TSCA slab for a specified period exceeding 3 years, not in nature of permanent measure, with further direction as to whether or not the Sevak will earn annual increment during the period reduction, and whether on expiry of such period the reduction will or will not have effect on postponing the future increase of ISR or time related continuity allowance. Then continuous discharge, compulsory discharge from engagement with monetary benefit, that is STBS, etc., and GDS gratuity proportionate to engagement period entered by GDS as per condition laid down in Department of Post OM. Then removal from engagement which shall not be disqualified for future engagement. Then dismissal from engagement which shall be ordinarily be disqualification for future engagement. These are the major penalties. What are the major penalties? Once again we must see that major penalty means a decrease in depromotion. It may be considered depromotion, but there is no depromotion for GDS here. Reduction in lowest stage to TSCA slab for a specific period. It is not a permanent measure for a specific period, but the period will be greater than 3 years. For minor penalty, everything is within 3 years. Major penalty for a period exceeding 3 years with further direction as to whether or not the Sevak will earn annual increase during the period of reduction, and whether on expiry of such period the reduction will or will not have effect on postponing the future increase. Whether it have a cumulative effect or not, it must be mentioned in the major penalty. If it is a major penalty, everything must be clearly mentioned. Then compulsory discharge. What is meant by compulsory discharge? Is similar to compulsory retirement for a department employee. Compulsory discharge from engagement with monetary benefit, that is STBS, Service Discharge Benefit Scheme, or severance amount. Then GDS gratuity proportionately to the period till which the GDS get engaged. Then removal from engagement. Removal from engagement, if a GDS is removed is penalized under major penalty as removed from engagement, then he may be qualified. He will be qualified for further engagement or government offices. But if he get dismissed from engagement, he shall not be honorably be qualified for future engagement in government. Here the penalty of recovery under Rule 9 sub Rule 4 can be imposed fully without any restriction. For department employees, it cannot be recovered, cannot be imposed fully, because subsidiary allowance is there, and that recovery should be limited to 1/3 of the allowance, and it must not strain the employee for strain the employee, and it may affect his future working department. So for department employees, there is some restrictions while recovering the pecuniary losses made to government due to negligence or breach of orders. But for GDS, there is no such any limit. It can be fully recovered without any restrictions. Okay friends, then we see some how to what are the procedures for imposing minor and major penalties in next video. Thank you.